All right, welcome back, everyone. Dirt Racing Network's continuing coverage of the Hales Corner Speedway Sim Racing League. Street stocks this time here at Charlotte. 25 cars are checked in for this one. Drivers are going to have about 3.5 or so more minutes of practice. They're going to head for their drivers' meeting, get ready for their qualifying. We wanted to get some bills paid and out of the way early since they run right through the show pretty quick. Everyone bear with me this evening. I am now alone in the booth as Zach has gone down to crawl into his street stock to run with the boys. And as I said in show number 1, I have been feeling well under the weather. But I am here to try and give you guys a good show. Hopefully the drivers will do enough on the track where I don't have to try to make it too exciting. They did a great job in their late model race a little bit ago. You saw Andy Gross pick up his 6th win of the season. Here in this series, Reed Rundle has a 17-point advantage over Nick Sobiek. And then Andy Gross another 7 points behind that. So 24 off to lead. J.J. Schilling in 4th. And Chris Johnson sitting back in the 5th spot on points. Just 3 races remaining, including tonight, till we crown our champions. Rundle and Gross both have 2 wins in this series, so appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like, shares, and follow us. If you're over on YouTube or Twitch, hit that subscribe button for us. Cars should start clearing the track here shortly for the driver meeting. I'm sure they will keep this short and sweet tonight. Everybody here a veteran of the series. Hello, Mr. Nichols. Thank you, sir. Checking in the chat. I want to tell y'all, don't get the flu. I think that's what I got, and it sucks. It is bad. They said I tested negative for the COVID, so I'm going to go back tomorrow and try again, but my condition has not improved in 5 days. All right, time running out on the practice session. 45 seconds to go here. Get ready to go through. Let's get ready to run through our pre-race ceremonies.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, big thank you to Mr. and Mr. Foley. One of the Mr. Foleys, city councilman in his hometown now. Really proud of him for that. Do good, sir. However, right now, David Bud Reidner, pardon me, atop your qualifying pylon, 19.217 seconds, 19.258 for Caden Carlson, Nick Sobiak, and 19.261, 264 for Rundle, and 305 for Chris Johnson. Checking in on some of our top three here. Andy Gross, 12th quick. JJ Schilling, 9th quick. So the guys staying close to each other. They will let the rest of the session run out before they advance. We'll see what we have for your heat races. I was surprised last time to have only 2 heats. Don't want to get caught off guard again. As we wait the last few seconds. Don't forget Dominic Santina over on the Facebook channel tonight right now as well. Should be going live any second if you hadn't already. Dirt Kings. And then tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, he'll have Dirt Slingers 360. They're going to be at USA tomorrow night. Full week this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as well. All right, time winding out, getting ready to divvy up heat races. Like I said, in all the pre-race, hopefully these guys will make the racing so exciting that you can watch it and I don't have to speak a lot about it. Afraid I'm going to lose my voice. 9 cars scheduled for heat race number 1. Going to be the Renegade race cars. Renegade Racing number 67 from Hartford, Wisconsin. R.J. Tackman on the pole, known as Outside the Pincata Auto Solutions. Number 41 from Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Ryan Fisher. Second row on the inside, the Buddies Racing Equipment TDC Race Team number 43 out of Oxford, Michigan. Reed Runnell to his outside. Quick qualifier for the evening in the 40 machine, Bud Reidner. Third row inside, Jordan Matson, the 18 car. It's a NOS Energy Drink Machine. And on his outside, the Buddies Racing Equipment High 41 Raceway. That's out of Slinger, Wisconsin. It's Dean Burnt behind the wheel. Fourth row inside, Scribberdub Car Wash, Black Flag Racing number 8 out of Waterford, Wisconsin. Peter Brees, and to his outside in the 66 going to be Jason Enoch. Rounding out the field in the back row by himself be Justin Blackburn in the 4 car. Top 5 straight to the feature. 3 heats, we'll get 15. From there, we'll take 5 out of our B main. Should have 10 cars in that B main. We have 9 cars in the first heat, and I think 8 cars in both of the remaining heats. All right, the next time around. Green out of 4. Sneaky suspicion that 43 car won the last time we was here, because I remember him sweeping a night at Charlotte. He did not pull that off in the first race, so we'll see if he can make up for it here and maintain his points lead. Green flag in the air. Racing underway. Heat race number 1. Good a start for your front row. Tackman with a little bit of an advantage through 1 and 2 on the bottom, and Rundle now pulls fully alongside Ryan Fisher. Side by side, second and third. A little check up from Rundle as he almost got in the back of Tackman. That is going to give the 41 of Ryan Fisher a good run on the outside out of 3 and 4. He is going to battle for the lead down the backstretch here. Contact, Reidner and Rundle. No harm, no foul. Both drivers keep it facing forward. Good look at that 40 machine down here as he's going to settle into Ford. And he's going to have Matson trying to chase him down. Ooh, a little bit of contact between Brees and Matson. Matson going to gather it back up. Burnt is going to swing around into the 5th spot. That puts a Brees side by side with Enoch for the first spot outside. As we still have a battle for the lead. Fisher able to make the top side work, just not quite enough momentum to clear Tackman. He's really not giving up too much ground either. Right there, gets a good run out of the corner and keeps it about half a car. Rundle now deep down the inside, trying to make it 3 wide out of 2. Here comes Reidner. So 4 cars under a blanket. Inside your top 4, halfway home in heat race number 1 this time by. Big run for the 40 down the front stretch. He kind of went in there, kept it wide, and cut it down late in the corner. He got a run on Rundle. Tackman now has cleared Fisher. It's a side-by-side battle for third. Rundle's going to keep the car out on the outside. Try to maintain position. Keep that 40 locked in on the bottom, so he's got to woe the car up quite a bit. Maybe he won't have such a good run when they get down to the entry to the corner. He's got to be careful not to get in the left rear corner of that 41 car. He's getting dangerously close. Now Fisher lurches ahead. Now Tackman with a good surge out of 2. He's got it by a nose. Side by side, your top 4 coming to 2 to go right here. Still a great battle up front. Fisher has kept that 41 machine locked on the outside of the 67. He just hasn't been able to clear. A little bump going in the corner from Reidner to Rundle. That time Fisher had it by a nose at the line as they took the white flag. And Fisher's going to take the car big and wide out of 2. That gives Tackman a good run down to the inside. Is Tackman going to slide job across the nose? Not quite enough momentum into the corner. They're coming to the checkers in heat race number 1. Tackman, Fisher, Rundle, Reidner, and Brees, your top 5. Great race. Good finish by those guys right there. That's how you get things started. All right, heat 1. Already in the books, and what a heat race it was. Let's hope heat 2 is as good. On the pole for heat 2, the CJR Pride of Tosa, number 64 out of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, Randy Brunner, and on his outside, the MKE Laser Design, number 15, David Kinjerski. Row 2 on the inside, the Shark RC car bodies, number 112, Menominee Falls' own Chris Johnson, and to his outside, in the MKE Laser Design, number 29, Caden Carlson. Third row inside, Zeller Transportation, Apel Racing, number 51 out of Hartford, Wisconsin, Jared Apel, and his outside, Brandon Hall in the 99. The fourth row are going to be Zach Krieger, the 35 machine, and John Runner, the 46 on the outside of that row. That will make up our 8 car field. This is the Hales Corner Speedway, a sim racing league. It's kind of a tight-knit of group of guys, they have all got a tie-in to the old Hales Corners Speedway up in Wisconsin. And so they have come together as a group to put together what has been a great series for us to cover here on the Dirt Racing Network. I'm looking forward to covering that for a long time to come. All right, second of 3 heat races. Green at this time out of turn 4. Green flags in the air. Heat race number 2 underway. A great start. Front 3 rows dead. Even looks like all 4 rows even when they head into 1 and 2. And now Konjerski with a big run around the top. Does he have enough momentum? Negative. Randy Brunner down the back stretch with a big head of steam. A lot of contact. Carlson, Konjerski, Brunner. That's going to open the door. Carlson and Hull are going to have a lot of contact. There's Brunner with contact to the left side of Chris Johnson's machine. That's going to shake things up. As Apel's going to grab the lead. Konjerski and Johnson now. The 112 car taking a beating here. First 2 laps of this one. Brunner has already taken his to the infield. Apel, Konjerski, Johnson, Hull. Brandon Hull with a damaged front end and all, hanging on to 4th right in front of John Brunner in the 46. Caden Carlson damaged all the way around of that car, but he is hanging on to 6th. And Zach Krieger back here in our 7th spot. Randy Brunner took his to the infield after his excursion kind of through the grass and up and into, I want to say that was Konjerski or Chris Johnson, one of the 2. Guys pretty stretched out in this one already, unlike our first heat race. Feel like they may just be riding around till the end on this one. Halfway, heat race number 2. Apel, Konjerski, Johnson, Hull, John Brunner in that 5th and final direct transfer spot. Caden Carlson trying to run him down. Not nearly as much damage to the nose of that car as initially I had put on it, because I just see the hood pushed up on that left front corner. So still Apel out in front. Konjerski got close on the entry to 1 and 2, but couldn't hold it. 3 to go this time around. Ooh, Chris Johnson with a long slider into the corner, and he really had to pin the car down. That got him way out of shape. He lost a few car lengths to Konjerski right there. Still Johnson in a 3rd, then Hull riding in 4th. And John Brunner in the 46. Hanging on to 5th. Inside 2 laps to go. I see all the names in chat. Thank you, guys. I see somebody, Cade Pittenger. I answered your question, young man. White flag this time by one more time around for Jared Apel in front of Konjerski. Those 2 will come home 1st and 2nd in heat race number 2. Chris Johnson's going to come home 3rd. Then a damaged 99 machine of Brandon Hall and the 46 of a John Brunner will round out our direct transfer spots. All right, 2 down. 1 more heat race remaining. It's going to be the Shark RC Bodies, number 14, the Gross Racing Machine out of Hartford, Wisconsin. Randy Gross on the pole. And 2 is outside in the 1 car, J.J. Schilling. Row 2 on the inside, the Matt Coat Tools number 33 of Kyle Trito. Actually, that's a Mountain Dew number 33 of Kyle Trito. And on his outside, the RLV Faster Motors VLR number 23 from Big Bend, Wisconsin, Dick Sobiek. On the inside of row number 3 in the Extreme Speed Cyclone Motorsports number 16 out of Racine, Wisconsin, Randy Nicholas. And to the outside of him, Corey Funk in the 21. Your fourth and a final row on the inside, the Sorens Ford number 11 out of Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, Ricky Johnson. Into his outside, the GB Restoration and Repair number 77 from East Troy, Wisconsin, Gary Budzine. So 10 more laps, top 5. We'll lock 15 into our feature. And we'll be ready for our B main right after that. It's kind of difficult, Key. If you have ties to these guys, you can probably get in, but it is one of those deals where these guys are all tied to this racetrack in one fashion or another. And they all kind of know each other, so they put this league together and they race together. All right, green flag in the air. Heat race number 3 underway. If you'll notice, when I'm reading off the names, they're from Wisconsin and Michigan and you know, right around that area. They got a couple of guys, I think, from Iowa, up in the northern part of Iowa. So, you know, it is a kind of who you know thing. And right now, one in the books. And Gross got a great start, but here comes Schilling. Schilling slides across the nose, makes everybody check up. Sobiek had to jump the binders quick there. He checks the 23 machine down, lets Trito get to the inside of him. Now Gross trying to work his way back around. Schilling driving hard through 1 and 2. Gets the car squared away on the exit. Good run down the backstretch. Oh, a little out of shape for Gross, and he bumps Schilling. Doesn't change things too much. Just let Sobiek close right into him. Now Sobiek putting some pressure onto the back bumper of the 1 machine, but it's still side by side for the lead. So we work lap 4 of 10. Trito and Funk rounding out your top 5 right now. That battle at the front, not over by a long shot. Schilling got a good run through the middle of 1 and 2 that time. If he can do the same thing on this end of the track, he may secure the lead for himself. But Gross comes up the hill. Didn't check Schilling up. Half a car that time. So halfway home, the final heat race. Watching the battle for the lead, you see the top 5 still on the screen. That time, Schilling, almost a full car out in front. Now gets a great run around the top of 1 and 2, and he's going to clear by a car and a half. Make it 2. Make it 2.5 down the backstretch. Schilling finding something way up top, and Gross is going to have to get up there, or Sobiek may push him even further back. Now comes up the hill, a little bit of door-to-door contact. That's going to slow things down for the 23. Gives Trito a run up the inside. That's your battle for third. Schilling has secured the lead. Gross out in second. Sobiek barely hanging on to third, and now he secures that away from Trito through 1 and 2. White flag this time by J.J. Schilling, Andy Gross, Nick Sobiek, Kyle Trito, Corey Funk, your top 5. And Gross is going to take a shot. Could not get it there. Thought he might make a little contact on the left rear corner of the 1 car, and he lost enough momentum. Here comes Sobiek. Sobiek on the inside. 3 and 4. Schilling's going to win it. Gross is going to come home second. Then Sobiek, Trito, and Funk. All 5 of those drivers in your A main tonight. subscribe to the channel, Keys? You should be able to, unless you already have. All right. B-main time. 15 laps. Top 5. Go to the feature. Enoch and Nicholas in row 1. Carlson Burt, row 2. Krieger and Budzine in row number 3. Row 4, Blackburn and Brunner. And Ricky Johnson and Jordan Matson making up row 5. I do not think Randy Brunner stuck around for this one. So we'll have 9 cars racing for 5 spots. Yeah, Keys, I'm not sure why you can't subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, you should be able to. We don't have it set to limit. Two more races to go, guys. 15 laps here, 25 for your feature. All right, green this time out of turn number 4. Jason Enoch and Randy Nicholas. Pace truck is in. We are waiting on the green laundry out of turn 4 right here. Green flag in the air. B-main underway and a straggling to start for the B-main. Cars kind of everywhere in that formation, but they are going to get them grouped up coming out of 2. Looks like Enoch has the lead down the backstretch. Carlson, Nicholas, Burnt, and Matson. Going to be the top 5 after 1. Ricky Johnson bringing the 11 car to the top shelf. Trying to find some momentum. Dean Burnt, the 17, right in front of him. Keeping our eyes on 4th and 5th back here. Burnt and Matson side by side. Battle for the lead. Carlson got the advantage out of 2. Can he keep it? Coming out of turn 4 this time. Not a good run off the top side for Enoch, and Carlson's your new leader. Enoch now going to be in a battle, as I think Nicholas saw something down there from Carlson. He's trying to do the same thing. Matson's way outside. Dean Burnt right down on the bottom. That's your top 5 at the moment. And these guys staying right on top of one another. Great racing so far tonight. Oh, Burnt almost out of shape. Had to check the car up. He's going to open the door. He's going to give Ricky Johnson hope. Johnson got a good run off the top of 2 and closed when Burnt had to slow down to stay out of Matson there. Matson going forward. He goes around Nicholas. He's going to go put some pressure on the front. Oh, there's contact. Burnt gets touched in the left rear. Keeps the car kind of underneath him. He's going to be able to secure the spot and keep 5th, at least for the time being. Matson now was 3 wide on the bottom down the back stretch for a brief second. They'll be halfway this time by. 3 wide at the line. Enoch, Carlson, Matson. And you could barely tell who had what there. Jordan Matson making the bottom side work. And I'm sure there's a few guys ready for this feature that are paying attention to that. I'll have to check on that, Keys, and keep checking back with us. I'll have to give that a look maybe tomorrow. All right, right now, Enoch, Carlson, Matson, Nicholas, and Burnt, your top 5. 6 laps to go this time. Little contact between Matson and Carlson. 2nd and 3rd. And now Matson around on the inside of that 18 car, making the bottom work. Everybody else has gone up to the top shelf. And Matson went to the second floor. He's going to challenge for the lead here. Nobody's in the basement right now. Almost 3 wide down the backstretch. Now Matson comes up the hill. Doesn't close the door. They're going to be 3 wide when they turn into 1. Carlson went to the bottom. This time Matson goes way up the hill. Enoch moves up, clips the fence, opens the door. Carlson, your new leader. Enoch into second. Matson falls to third. Battle brewing for fifth here with 3 to go. Dean Burnt, the 17 machine, now after checking up for all of that activity, giving Johnson hope once again late in the race. Now settles in by a couple with 2 to go. Still battling for second. Matson and Enoch side by side. That time Matson went to the basement on the entry. Comes out at 2 with second. They're going to come to the white flag of this time with Carlson still in front. There's the move. Johnson tried. He's going to have the spot with a little bit of physicality. But around the top side, Zach Krieger not able to hang on to it. Looks like Caden Carlson is going to win your B main. He'll be going to the feature. Jordan Matson second. Jason Enoch third. Randy Nicholas fourth. And Dean Burnt is going to make the transfer. So Krieger, Johnson, Bud Zine, Blackburn, and Randy Brunner done for the night. So we'll get ready to move on to our A main. "25 laps. Going to be a Reidner and a Sobiak on the front row. Johnson and Rundle on row 2. Row 3, Gross and Kinjerski. Fisher and Schilling in row 4. Apel and Tackman in the 5th row. Hall and Trito. Row number 6. Row 7, Peter Brees and John Brunner. The 8th row, Corey Funk and Caden Carlson. Row 9, Jordan Matson, Jason Enoch. In the back row, Randy Nicholas and Dean Burnt. Last 5 came from your B main. "25 laps. Not 100% sure my voice is going to hold out for all this, guys. But I will give it a good old college try. All right, green the next time out of 4. Pace truck should turn left right here.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. A main underway. 35 laps. For some reason, I was thinking it was 25. But call me kooky. I am drugged up pretty good. So 35 on the board. Reidner going to jump to the early lead. Sobiak and Rundle going to battle for second. They were 3 wide the first time by. And now Rundle working the bottom. Sobiak about 2/3 of the way up. And Reidner was all the way in the penthouse that time by. Out of turn 2. He is going to stay pretty close to that penthouse in 3 and 4. And they're going to stay 3 wide on that front row. We are not going to leave this battle until somebody settles this. As Rundle gets a good run, he pulls up to second by half a car. Trying to keep that 43 biting forward, and he does a good job in 4 right there. Just not quite enough to clear Sobiek. This time he does it getting down into turn 1. And pulls alongside the 40 machine. And I'm telling you, he was watching what Matson was doing in that B main. And right now, Arundel's got the lead that time by Ridner second. Sobiek was third, then Johnson, Kinjerski, Schilling, Tackman, Apel, and Gross back here. This is a 3 and 4 wide, 3 deep situation behind your leaders. A good racing all around. They started off with 29 green flag laps in the late model race. Little contact between Tackman and Schilling. You saw Johnson squeeze up the hill. He's 3 wide on the bottom. Kinjerski and Sobiek were outside of him. And now Arundel's got the lead cleanly away from Ridner. A little wide of that time in 3 and 4. Oh, Andy Gross out of shape. Andy Gross might be wrecking back here.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
I don't think it was Andy Gross that wrecked. I think someone behind him. Gross was inside Tackman down the backstretch. Apel comes up, gets into Johnson, pushes Gross up the hill, and then right back into Chris Johnson. And Johnson takes the brunt of all of that. So the 112 car heavily damaged and into the infield, and the first caution. Okay. Arundel, Ridner, Sobiek, Kinjerski, Schilling, Tackman, Apel, Trito, Brees, and Gross, your top 10. Jordan Matson up to 11th. Caden Carlson. Brandon Hall, Jason Enoch, Casey Funk, John Brunner, Randy Nicholas, Dean Burnt, and Jared Apel. Now the guys should start to go form back up 2 by 2. As lights go off on the pace truck. All right, green at this time. 24 laps remain.
Green, green, green.
Green, a flag back in the air. Great start on the front. Arundel going to squeeze the lead out by half a car down the backstretch. 3 wide behind he and Ridner. Kinjerski up onto the fence. Sobiek is in the middle of the track, and Schilling was on the bottom. They've got that fairly well settled out right now. They just keep coming back to 3 wide on the exit of these corners. RJ Tackman in here looking for a place to go. Got the 67 car looking quick, just stuck in traffic. Arundel side by side with Ridner this time. And now gives up a car length. Bottom might be going away on the 43 car. Ridner had to lead that time. Now Kinjerski up top. Sobiek through the middle. Schilling down on the bottom. That was for 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
All right, man. Caution is
Caution
out.
once again. Brandon Hull getting away slowly. See what happened to Brandon here. Oh, got the car down on the inside, a little too close to the implement tire. And he kicks it left sides up and around he goes. Right at halfway. Going to be about 16 to go when they get the green. All right, get them lined up 2 by 2 this time. Restart out of 4. Always on the green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
That time, Reidner quickly went to the top, tried to seal off Rundle. Rundle went into the middle. Now he and Konjerski, a lot of contact, more contact. Now Tackman's into it. Now Konjerski's around. Caution coming out. Let's go watch Rundle here. He comes down the backstretch and Konjerski up the hill a little bit. When Rundle went to turn in, a little contact there, more there, and then Konjerski was trying to get checked up so he didn't hit him a third time, and he gets turned around from behind. Jordan Matson got spun out. Looks like 43 car headed backwards through the field. Gonna say Rita Rundle. Maybe at fault in that one. So that'll shake the front up a little bit. Reidner, Sobiek, Schilling, Tackman, Trito, Brees, Abelfisher, Matson, and Enoch, your top 10. 13 remaining at the green. Restart once again. Just waiting on the flag man. Bud Reidner on the pole, green flag in the air. I thought I heard an engine early there. I thought I heard someone spin one up just a shade early right there. We'll see if race control has anything on that if we catch a caution. Right now, Sobiek had a great run around the top side. He is going to pick up your lead. J.J. Schilling going to come in behind that. He takes second. R.J. Tackman got around Reidner. He was in third the last time by, but Reidner's got a good run off the top shelf in turn 2. And Reidner is going to go right back to that top shelf. Now cuts the car down just a little. Big melee behind that. So far, no caution. Everybody's still kind of facing forward. Jordan Matson getting back underway. We'll get back to the front. This is a pretty good wad right here for your lead. 10 to go this time by. J.J. Schilling asserts himself off the bottom in 4, and he takes the lead that time from Sobiek. J.J. Schilling able to make the very bottom work. Bud Reidner saw what he was doing, tried to stay down there with him, couldn't make it happen. So Schilling, Sobiek now, Reidner out of shape. That's going to open the door for Tackman along the top. Oh, Reidner with a little contact on Trito. Trito backwards. No caution yet. There's your caution.
Caution is out.
Kyle Trito's 33 machine went for a ride. He was up here in 5th. Right there, you see Reidner get out of shape. Now chases the car across the track into the fence. In contact with Enoch and Burnt. And right here's where the caution finally fell. So we'll see if anybody gets moved back. So we're going to be inside 10 to go, or inside 5 to go, excuse me. Thanks, PK. All right, Schilling, Sobiek, Tackman, Apel, Brees, Reidner, Carlson, Rundle, Fisher, and Gross, your top 10. Five to go when they get the green. They are going to take the green with 5 to go. Should they catch a caution, they will have one attempt at a green-white checker. After that, the next flag ends the race. So J.J. Schilling.
Green flag, green flag.
Schilling off of the bottom. Pretty decent start. Can he get some drive out of 2 off the bottom? Able to secure the lead. Sobiek falls into second. Apel now working on the high side of Tackman. Reidner got in the fence right in front of Rundle. Gross down the inside of that mess. As Peter Brees goes around everybody, moves himself into the 4th position. Now Brees falls back to 6th. Make it 5th as he goes back around. Now goes up to the wall right in front of Reidner. Battle for the lead. 3 to go.
All right, man.
Caution, and I'm wondering if possibly we're going to see if Andy Gross might have had a piece of this. He and Brees just drove it in there very far. He got bumped. He and Rundle make contact, and around it goes Andy Gross. Gross keeps it facing forward, but too late as the caution had already flown. So Brees kind of started that with a big run into 3. Could not keep that car tucked in on the bottom. And he started a chain reaction. So at least one more restart for us. Schilling, Sobiek, Tackman, Apel, Brees, Rundle, Reidner, Carlson, Kinjerski, and Enoch in the top 10. Gonna wave a car around here. Corey Funk, yeah, 13 laps down. I don't see a problem with that. Just gonna get him to the back. So green-white checker, the expected finish. And J.J. Schilling going to have to give us another masterful restart here. You see Reed Rundle outside of that 3rd row. Can he pull off a podium run here?
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air way back this time, and Schilling got another great jump. He had a full car length going into 1 and 2. Has that same car and a half, almost 2 cars going into 3 to come get the white flag and caution.
Caution is out.
That, ladies and gentlemen, may be the end of this one. And we'll let them sort it out. I think it's going to be Schilling, then maybe Sobiek, and then Tackman. But we are going to let them sort it out. And show us that final 3 at the line right here. So anticlimactic for the finish, but nonetheless some pretty decent racing out there all night long for these guys. JJ Schilling will pick up the win. Nick Sobiek and RJ Tackman finish on the podium with him tonight. We'll get all 3 of those guys in for quick interviews here. All right. I think that's going to be a pretty good shot. Yeah, we'll get RJ Tackman. All right, let's get RJ up here. RJ Tackman, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, a great run, man. You bring it home on the podium. How interesting was the feature there for the street stocks?
That was one wild feature. Definitely a lot of running right up against the wall, guys down on the bottom, slide jobs, 3, 4 wide at times. I don't know how many times I had my spotter come across 2, 3 wide.
Yeah, you guys spent a lot of time stacked on top of each other, but a fantastic run, and you bring the purple number 67 home on the bottom rung of the podium tonight, man. How much momentum is that going to give you going out the last 2 races of the season?
You know, I'm not entirely sure. I know I'm up in points. I'm finally glad to have a podium on a points night, so I'm ecstatic about that. Looking for a little bit more now. Maybe chase down that W finally here in these last 2 races that we got.
Well, with only a couple to go, you got to get one pretty quick. We are jumping over to C. I know Rundle had the points lead going in. Sobiek, Gross, Schilling, Johnson, you were down there in 6th tonight. So this will definitely move you up the ranks a little bit. But a great run nonetheless. Who do you got to give some shout-outs to before we let you celebrate?
Definitely Renegade Race Cars and Renegade Racing. Garage Force of Waukesha, Berlin Beck, and Everflow.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to chat with us, and we look forward to seeing you next week, buddy.
All right. Thanks, Roger.
R.J. Tackman, 3rd place finisher tonight. Let's talk to Nick Sobiek if we can next.
Yeah.
Nick Sobiek.
Yes, sir.
2nd place here in the street stocks, man. Another good run for you. Walk us through your feature.
Yeah, we started out pretty good. Got tangled a little bit, some accidents up front. It was pretty good. When the track slicked off, followed Jay to the bottom, stayed on the bottom. Nothing on the top, so we did pretty good.
Yeah, it looked like everybody was running a little bit of everywhere, and you guys were stacking them up 2, 3, 4 tall through the corners. How interesting does that make it, knowing you're coming down to the end of the point season?
It makes it a lot more interesting. Points are really close. Races are going to even get a lot closer, and yeah, I'm looking for a great rest of the season.
All right, man. Who do you got to give some shout-outs to before we let you hit the road?
I want to thank Chris Johnson, Ryan Fisher for the paint scheme, VLR, RLV, Faster Motors, Franklin Motorsports, and just my mom, my dad, my sister, and everyone on the car.
All right, man. Well, appreciate you chatting with us, man. We look forward to seeing you next week.
All right. Thank you.
2nd place, Nick Sobiek. Let's talk to our winner. JJ Schilling, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, you pick up the win in these street stocks tonight, man. It's got to be gratifying knowing we're coming down to the close of the season.
Yeah, it is. After the late model feature with hitting a tire, that's a good bounce back.
Definitely a great bounce back. It's going to give you your third win for the season. That tops all drivers. Should move you into the top 3 in points. So a couple races to go. Do you got something to chase down that 43 car?
I probably don't. Either way, it's a good season so far. Even with some of the bounce backs, like getting wrecked and being in the wrong place, wrong spot.
Well, in the right place, the right time tonight. You're there when the checks fall. Who's on the car helping you out before we let you get out of here?
Oh, J&A Auto Trim, A Motorsports. Yeah, that's it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you again next week, sir.
Yep, you too.
JJ Schilling, your winners. Run through our finishing results. Schilling won it. Sobiek was second. Tackman was third. Apel comes home fourth. Brees fifth. Rundle sixth. Seventh for Caden Carlson. Eighth, Bud Reidner. David Konzerski in ninth. Jason Enoch 10th. John Brunner was 11th. 12th to Dean Burnt. Ryan Fisher in 13th. 14th to Randy Nicholas. Andy Gross comes home 15th. Kyle Trito in 16th. Jordan Matson 17th. Corey Funk 18th. 19th to Brandon Hall. And Chris Johnson rounded out the field. Guys, I appreciate you putting your time into watching. I know it was not as top-notch as it always is with me being under the weather, but I hope you enjoyed the show. Hopefully I will feel better by the time we get back on the air in a few days. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Dirt Slingers over here at 8 o'clock. They'll be at USA in the 360 Sprint cars. You'll have Dominic Santino on the call. And maybe I'll feel human by Tuesday or Wednesday. But for myself and Dominic at the Dirt Racing Network, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Always, always appreciated. Until we see you the next time, keep it dirty, everybody.